The king who challenged God. What drives a person to challenge the heavens? To build monuments out of sheer arrogance and declare war on God? History is filled with ambitious rulers, but the stories of two ancient kings stand out as timeless warnings. Nimrod, the legendary builder of the Tower of Babel, and Sennacherib, the ruthless conqueror who besieged Jerusalem, both reached for absolute power. They were met with a downfall of epic proportions. These are the tales of the kings who challenged God, and paid the ultimate price. Section 1. Nimrod, the archetype of rebellion. Our first story begins in the land of Shinar, in a world recovering from the Great Flood. Here, a man named Nimrod came to power. The Bible describes him as a mighty hunter before the Lord, the first man to build a power base on earth. He was a founder of cities and a builder of kingdoms, with the city of Babel marking the start of his reign. But his ambition wasn't just to rule other people, it was to control destiny itself. Now, the Bible doesn't actually name Nimrod as the architect of the Tower of Babel. That connection comes from later traditions, most famously from the 1st century historian Josephus. According to Josephus, Nimrod convinced his followers that their success came from their own strength, not from God. He set out to build a tower so massive that no future flood could ever touch it, a direct act of defiance aimed at avenging his ancestors. The sin of Babel wasn't just about bricks and mortar, it was a profound statement of human self-sufficiency. The people declared, "Come, let us build ourselves a city, and a tower with its top in the sky, and make a name for ourselves." This directly challenged God's command to fill the earth. It was an attempt to hoard power and create a world that relied on a human king instead of a divine one. The response wasn't fire and brimstone, but something far more subtle: confusion. God came down not to destroy the tower, but to scramble their language, turning their single-minded cooperation into chaos. The project ground to a halt, and humanity was scattered, fulfilling the very fate they tried to avoid. The tower, a monument to human pride, was left unfinished, and over time, Nimrod's name became a symbol of rebellion against God. Section 2. Sennacherib, the arrogant conqueror. Centuries later, another king issued his own, much more direct, challenge. This was Sennacherib, the mighty king of Assyria, who reigned from 705 to 681 BCE. His empire was a relentless war machine, and in 701 BCE, he set his sights on the rebellious kingdom of Judah. After storming 46 of Judah's fortified cities, Sennacherib laid siege to the grand prize, Jerusalem. His assault wasn't just military, it was psychological. He sent his top official, the Rabshakeh, to the walls of Jerusalem to publicly mock King Hezekiah and his faith. He shouted for everyone to hear that the God of Israel was just as powerless as the gods of other nations Assyria had already trampled. He asked, "Who of all the gods of these countries has been able to save his land from me?" This was a direct, public blasphemy that equated the God of Israel with idols of wood and stone. In response, King Hezekiah prayed for deliverance, and the prophet Isaiah delivered God's verdict: Sennacherib's arrogance would be his undoing. What happened next is one of history's most dramatic and debated events. The biblical account in 2 Kings says the angel of the Lord swept through the Assyrian camp, striking down 185,000 soldiers in a single night. Sennacherib, humiliated, was forced to retreat. Interestingly, Sennacherib's own royal records, which boast about trapping Hezekiah in Jerusalem, like a bird in a cage, never actually claimed to have conquered the city. A very strange omission for a king who meticulously documented every victory. Sennacherib's end came years later, back in his capital of Nineveh. Just as the prophet Isaiah had foretold, he was assassinated by his own sons while worshipping his god, Nisroch. This final detail is a point where both the biblical account and Assyrian records are in agreement. CTA. The stories of Nimrod and Sennacherib are powerful reminders of the age-old clash between human ego and divine authority. If you find these epic tales from history and scripture fascinating, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more. And drop a comment below. What other historical figures do you know of who dared to challenge a higher power? Asterisk asterisk. Conclusion. Asterisk. From the legendary Tower of Babel to the historical Siege of Jerusalem, the core lesson is the same. Nimrod's challenge was symbolic, an attempt to architect a world without God. Sennacherib's was brazenly political, a declaration that his might was supreme. Both kings, though separated by centuries, were driven by a powerful hubris. They believed their own strength could overshadow the authority of heaven. Their stunning downfalls have been etched into history as cautionary tales, reminding us of the ultimate fate of those who challenge God.